On my wedding day, my mother drugged my drink. Thinking herself unseen, she waited for me to ingest it. Can you believe someone would try to drug their own child at their own wedding? Mine did. Seriously. Picture this. My wedding day, the most beautiful day of my life, and as I'm about to make a toast, I realize my own mother just tried to poison me. But I saw her. And in one split second, I made a choice that changed everything. I switched the glasses. When she lifted that glass to toast, my family finally saw the monster she truly was. Hey everyone, so this isn't just a story, it's my life. My mom, Diane, spent 30 years treating my younger brother, Trevor, like a fragile prince, and me? Like I was just furniture. But I wasn't having it. I built my own life, got married. You'd think that would be enough for her, right? No. This woman was just getting started. But to truly understand what happened at my wedding, we have to go back. Way back. I'm Grant, an insurance claims adjuster. I dig into the details, find the evidence, piece together what really happened. My wife, Harper, she's hospital admin. She spots patterns, solves problems before they explode. She saw my family's mess long before I ever admitted it. Trevor and I are 2 years apart, but you'd think we grew up in different universes. He was this sensitive artist, always needing protection, endless second chances, constant financial support, never any accountability. Me. I was the fixer, the one who paid his own way while Trevor coasted through life, even dropping out of private art school paid for by my dad. My dad, Walter, was the ultimate peacekeeper. His favorite lines? "Let's not do this now." She didn't mean it that way. Always smoothing, never actually solving anything. The pattern started early. I was 8. Trevor broke a window. Mom found him crying, then turned to me. "Grant, why weren't you watching him?" "I was inside doing homework." "He was 6. You're the older brother." I took the blame, got grounded for 2 weeks. Trevor got ice cream. See the pattern? It never stopped. At 17, Trevor wrecked Dad's truck. Mom didn't ask if he was hurt, she asked why I wasn't there to drive him. Same exact pattern. Later, Trevor got fired again and Mom called me to cover his rent even when I was broke. The worst? He convinced Dad to pull 15 grand from their retirement for his business, which made exactly 0. Dad defended him, told me not to be judgmental. I never got 15 grand. Just a handshake and a forced, "We're proud of you." My successes were footnotes. His failures? Growth opportunities. Even at our engagement dinner, Mom spent 40 minutes gushing over Trevor's 20-hour-a-week freelance gig like he'd reinvented art. Then she turned to me, her voice flat. "And Grant, you're still at the insurance company?" "Still," as if it was a temporary setback. I said, "Yeah, just got promoted to senior adjuster." She took a sip of wine. "Oh, that's nice." And instantly pivoted back to Trevor. Harper, bless her, didn't mince words in the car that night. "Your mom doesn't see you, Grant. You just exist to prop up Trevor. You're furniture in the room he occupies." I wanted to argue, but my throat was tight. She was right. Our engagement somehow just made things worse. Mom immediately started asking about Trevor's role. Would he be best man? I said, "Jason's my best man." Her jaw tightened. "But Trevor's your brother." I offered, "Trevor can be a groomsman. That will hurt his feelings." "Then he'll have feelings to deal with," I snapped back. Dad pulled me aside predictably. "Would it kill you to make him best man?" "Yeah, Dad, it would." Harper, my brilliant Harper, predicted it then. "Your mom's going to try to sabotage this wedding. You're building a life that doesn't revolve around Trevor, and that threatens her whole twisted system." Even Uncle Jim, Dad's younger brother, the only one who ever called out the favoritism, warned me. 4 months before the wedding at a family barbecue, he said, "She's been doing this since you were kids. Your dad never stopped it. Don't let your mother ruin this wedding. She's going to try. Because you're the first thing she can't control." 3 months out, the sabotage started in earnest. Mom called the photographer, claimed we wanted to change the timeline, pushing everything back 2 hours. It would have wrecked the day. Harper caught it, fixed it, and she kept everything. Screenshots, emails, dates, times. After that, it was relentless. Wrong entree orders to the caterer, changed color schemes to the florist, incorrect dates to bridesmaids. Harper caught every single one. And she saved every receipt. "She's testing," Harper said one night, her spreadsheet open. "Seeing if we'll catch it. We'll need proof later." I didn't want to believe her. Turns out, Harper was right about everything. The rehearsal dinner 2 nights before the wedding. Family only, 30 people. Mom insisted on giving a toast. Halfway through dessert, she stood up, glass in hand. "I'm so grateful for this family, for these boys." She looked at Trevor. Her whole face softened. Trevor, you've always brought such joy and creativity into our lives. You remind us to see beauty in everything. Trevor beamed. Then she turned to me. Her shoulders tightened. The warmth vanished. And Grant, you're so responsible, so steady. We know we can count on you. That was it. Trevor got wonder and potential. I got utility. Harper squeezed my hand under the table. Uncle Jim's jaw was clenched. Dad just smiled, oblivious. After dinner, Trevor cornered me. Can I do a reading? I wrote something about brotherhood. I just stared at him. Trevor, we finalized the program 3 months ago. It's my wedding. The answer is no. His face fell. After everything Mom and Dad did for this wedding? We paid for everything ourselves, Trevor. They're hosting this dinner because it's traditional, not a favor. He looked genuinely shocked. You've changed. No, I said, I just stopped pretending it's normal. He walked straight to Mom. They talked, kept looking at me. Her fingers tightened around her glass. I watched her face. She wasn't just upset. She was calculating. Working through something. Then she smiled at Trevor, patted his hand like she'd just figured it all out. Harper appeared. What happened? Trevor wanted a reading. I said no. Good, she said. Boundaries feel mean to people who've never had them. Did you see Mom's face? Yeah. She looked like she just made a decision. Uncle Jim joined us. Your mom's pissed. Good, I replied. You've spent 32 years holding up her delusion. Dad called that night. Grant, your mother's upset. Would it kill you to let him participate? He is participating, Dad. He's a groomsman. You're being stubborn. No, Dad. I'm being clear. Silence. Then let's just get through the weekend. Always later, never now. Harper was listening. After I hung up, she looked at me. Your mom's going to try something at the wedding. What can she do? We've locked everything down. Harper sighed. She spent 30 years rewriting reality. She thinks she can spin anything. Grant faints from stress. Harper pressured him. Wedding was too much. Whatever happened, she'd have a story ready. That was Mom's power. She controlled the narrative. She'd made Trevor's failures learning experiences and my successes footnotes. She perfected making people doubt their own eyes. Why would our wedding be any different? The wedding day itself was beautiful. Harper and I split the cost down the middle, $18,000 each. The Riverside Inn, 200 guests. The ceremony was perfect. The reception started at 3. Cocktail hour, everyone mingling. Harper looked absolutely stunning. Then came the toast. My best man Jason gave a funny speech. Then Mom stood up, grabbed her champagne flute. I want to thank everyone for being here today. Family means everything to us. She looked at Trevor, that familiar warmth flooding her face. Trevor, you've always reminded me what matters most. Creativity, passion, following your heart. Trevor nodded, visibly emotional. Then her eyes shifted to me. The warmth evaporated. Grant, you've always been the one we could depend on. The one who handles things. I know you'll take care of Harper. That's what you do. She raised her glass. Everyone raised theirs. And that's when I caught it. Her expression. Just for a second. Satisfaction. Pure, unadulterated triumph. And I remembered. 10 minutes ago. Bathroom. My glass was at the bar. Mom was nearby, alone. I looked at the bar mirror again, caught her reflection. She was watching me, waiting for something. I knew. I knew what she'd done. The question was, what the hell was I going to do about it? My chest went cold. Harper leaned in, sensing my sudden shift. What's wrong? Something's off. I looked at my glass, then at hers. If I confronted her now without proof, she'd cry. Dad would shield her. I'd be the villain attacking his mother at his own wedding. She'd win by losing. I needed evidence. But if I was right. Harper was watching my face, her eyes narrowing. Earlier at the bar. Mom was alone next to my drink. I saw her put something in it from a small vial. Harper's eyes widened. You're sure? I saw it in the mirror. 3 drops. She looked around first, made sure nobody was watching, then walked away like nothing happened. Harper looked at the glasses, then at me. Her voice went quiet, steady. Switch them. What? If you're wrong, nothing happens. If you're right. She didn't need to finish. My hands felt numb. This was insane. But then again, so was everything Mom had done for the last 3 months. I knew she meant to knock me out, embarrass me, not kill me. Mom was controlling, not murderous. And there were 200 people here. Venue staff. Immediate help if something went wrong. I had to take the chance. I switched them. Mom's glass where mine had been, mine where hers was. Then I walked back to Harper, the clean glass firmly in my hand. My pulse hammered in my ears. "Now we wait," Harper said, her hand finding mine, shaking slightly. 5 minutes passed. I started to relax. Maybe I was paranoid. Then I saw it. Mom reaching for her glass. She raised it to her lips, took a long drink, set it back down, smiled at Dad. Everything seemed normal. Then her hand shook. She touched her forehead. "Diane?" Dad's voice full of concern. "I'm fine. Just warm." She tried to stand. Her legs buckled. Dad caught her. "Diane?" Her eyes rolled back. She collapsed into her chair. The reception went utterly silent. My heart hammered. My hands went numb. My stomach dropped. I didn't feel victory. I felt sick. Then my training kicked in. If I froze, she'd rewrite this. Make me the villain. Make herself the victim. I didn't switch the glasses to hurt her. I switched them because I didn't know what else to do fast enough. Harper moved first, on her feet before I fully processed what was happening. Everyone stepped back. Her hospital administrator voice, all authority and calm, cut through the quiet. "Give her space. Someone get water." People obeyed. Harper directed 2 groomsmen to clear tables. Dad was on his knees next to Mom. "Diane, can you hear me?" Mom's eyes were unfocused, mumbling incoherently. Trevor pushed through. "What happened?" "She collapsed," Dad said. I moved. Not towards Mom, but towards evidence. Jason followed. "Dude, your mom just—" "I know. Help me document." I pulled out my phone, photographed both glasses, the name cards, their placement, the bar setup. Everything. "What are you doing?" Jason asked, bewildered. "Building a case." The bartender appeared, panicking. "I didn't do anything, just champagne." "I know this wasn't you," I reassured him, still shooting. "Does this place have cameras?" "Yeah," one pointed at the bar. "Don't let anyone touch that footage." Harper appeared. "Paramedics are 2 minutes out." Her purse. "We need it before anyone else touches it." We moved fast. The crowd was focused on Mom. Nobody watched us. Harper grabbed the clutch from Mom's chair, holding it carefully. I looked inside without touching anything. Lipstick, compact tissues. Then I saw it. A small glass vial, half an inch tall, tucked in a side pocket. Still had residue. "That's it," Harper whispered, her voice tight. "Don't touch it. We'll give the whole thing to the police." Harper closed the purse, holding it away from her body. Uncle Jim appeared. "Grant." "I know," I said. "We have evidence." The paramedics arrived. They loaded Mom onto a stretcher. "What did she ingest?" one asked. Harper held out the purse. "There's a vial in the side pocket. We haven't touched it. It needs to go with her to the hospital." The paramedic looked inside carefully. "Looks like it could be some kind of sedative. We need toxicology screens. We need to get her to county now." They loaded her fast and left. Dad went with them. The purse went with the patient. Trevor just stood there looking utterly lost. The coordinator, Beth, approached, terrified. "Should we continue?" "You're done," Harper said, her voice firm. "Send everyone home. We'll handle payment tomorrow." The reception emptied fast. Jason, Uncle Jim, Harper's parents stayed. "What do you need?" Harper's dad asked. "Witness statements," I said. "Anyone who saw Mom near the bar." Uncle Jim raised his hand. "I did. She was hovering. Had her back to the room, checking over her shoulder." Harper's mom spoke up. "I saw her too. Kept glancing around. Looked nervous." Harper was writing everything down. Names, times. The police arrived 15 minutes later. 2 county sheriffs. Officer Hayes took my statement. "Walk me through what happened." I told him everything. Mom's behavior for months. The rehearsal toast. My suspicion at the bar. The switch. His expression shifted. "You switched the glasses?" "Yes." "Based on what?" 6 months of escalating sabotage. A gut feeling something was wrong. And years of her needing control. That's a serious accusation. I have photos of the bar setup and glasses. I have witnesses who saw her acting suspicious. This venue has security footage, and the paramedics took her purse with a vial in it. We didn't touch it, just identified it. They studied me. "You work in law enforcement?" "Insurance claims. I investigate incidents." He almost smiled. "You're good at it." He looked at Harper. "And you are?" "His wife. I've been documenting 6 months of harassment." She showed him screenshots, emails, texts, every sabotage attempt. Hayes' partner whistled. This is premeditation. Hayes confirmed they'd secure the vial and open an investigation. Beth pulled up the security footage. Timestamp 2:47 p.m. There was Mom. Alone. Looking around twice. Pulled something from her clutch. Small vial. Held it over a champagne flute for 3 seconds. Tipped it. Put it back. Grabbed her own glass. Walked away. Silent, black and white. Undeniable. Hayes looked at me. That's your mother. Yes. That's strong evidence. You protected yourself. His partner nodded. Hayes made a call. We're opening an investigation. Attempted assault with a controlled substance. Your mother's being held at the hospital. She'll be arrested when she's stable. They left with the vial and a copy of the footage. The venue emptied completely. Just us and Harper's parents. Jason broke the silence. Your mom tried to drug you at your own wedding. Yeah, I said. What was her plan? Probably make me pass out, embarrass Harper, give them ammunition to say I wasn't ready for marriage. Uncle Jim looked exhausted. You're the first thing she couldn't control, so she tried to eliminate the problem. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. Grant, it's Phil Chin. My boss. Phil, hey, I heard what happened. Sarah from accounting, her daughter was a guest. Listen, I want you to know something. I'm here. No conditions. You need time off? You've got it. You need a lawyer referral? I have one. You need someone to back you up if this gets messy? I'm that person. You hear me? Something in my chest cracked. Yeah, I hear you. Good. Take care of yourself. Take care of Harper. He hung up. Harper was watching. Who was that? My boss. He said he's here. No conditions. She smiled, a small, tired smile. See? Chosen family. Harper's dad asked, what happens now? I looked at Harper. Now we go to the hospital. Watch her try to lie her way out of video evidence. We got to County Medical around 7 p.m. Dad was in the waiting room alone. His face was hollow. Grant. His voice cracked. Where's Trevor? Bathroom. This is hard for him. I didn't respond. How's Mom? Stable. They ran talk screens. She's awake. Good. We need to talk to her. Dad's face shifted. Talk to her about why she collapsed. The doctors think it was a reaction. Dad, I stopped him. She didn't collapse from stress. She collapsed because she tried to drug me and drank it herself. The words hung there. Dad went through stages. Confusion. Denial. That's not funny. It's not a joke. We have security footage. We have the vial from her purse. Police are opening an investigation. Harper stepped forward, calm as ever. Walter. We have witness statements. She did this. Dad sat down hard. No, Diane wouldn't. She's been sabotaging us for months. This was just the escalation. Why would she? Because I stopped playing along. I stopped being the one who fixes everything. I chose Harper. I chose my own life. Mom couldn't control that. That's when we heard her voice loud from down the hall. My Aunt Carol just arrived, talking to a nurse. Then she saw us. She walked over fast, angry. What did you do to her? Excuse me? Diane collapsed at your wedding. Now I'm hearing police. What happened? She tried to drug me. She drank it by mistake. Carol's face twisted. That's ridiculous. There's a video, Harper said, ice cold. There's a vial. There's a toxicology screen. Pick which reality you want, Carol. The police have all three. You can believe whatever helps you sleep, but the evidence doesn't care. Carol opened her mouth, closed it. Trevor came back, eyes red. What's going on? Harper turned her phone toward him. Watch. She showed him the security footage. His face went through the same stages as Dad's. There has to be an explanation. There is, I said. She tried to drug me. Uncle Jim appeared. Carol, stop. They're not lying. I saw it too. I saw her at the bar acting suspicious. She did this. Carol looked around, finally realizing she was alone. I need to see her, she said finally. Dad spoke up, his voice heavy. Hospital security says we can see Diane now. Room 312. We walked down the hall. Me, Harper, Dad, Trevor, Uncle Jim, Carol. Mom was propped up in bed, for in her arm, hospital gown. Her eyes were sharp. She saw me. Her mouth thinned. You did this. Not, hello. Not, are you okay? Just pure accusation. Harper pulled out her phone, started recording. Perfect. Keep talking. Mom's expression shifted. This is private. Nothing's private anymore, Diane. You tried to drug my husband at our wedding. Dad moved closer. Diane, tell me Grant's wrong. Did you put something in Grant's drink? Silence. Too long. It wasn't like that. So you did. I was protecting the family. Dad went still. Protecting the family? Yes. Grant's been different since he met her. She looked at Harper, pure hatred in her eyes. She's controlling him, turning him against us. Harper's voice cut like glass. You weren't protecting anything. Grant stopped playing his role. That threatened your story, so you tried to remove the problem. That's not. You tried to drug him at his wedding. That's not protection. That's assault. Mom's fingers twisted the hospital blanket. You don't understand what I've sacrificed. What sacrifice? I shot back. You had 2 sons. You destroyed one to prop up the other. Trevor needed more attention. Trevor's 30, Mom. Lives at home. No job. You didn't help him. You crippled him. Trevor was silent, watching. Dad spoke, his voice different, lower. Did you plan this? Mom looked at him. Walter, did you plan to drug our son at his wedding? Silence. Yes, she said finally. I planned it. Dad nodded once. Then stood. Looked at Mom like he was seeing her for the very first time. 34 years, and I never saw this. Walter, I'm done covering for you. He walked out. Uncle Jim followed. Trevor looked at Mom, then at me, then left without a word. Carol stayed. Diane, what were you thinking? I was trying to protect my family from her. Mom said, glaring at Harper. By drugging your son? That's not protection. Carol's voice cracked. She left too. Just me, Harper, and Mom. Harper stopped recording. Saved the file. Backed it up. Mom's eyes were wet. Grant, please. No. I'm your mother. You tried to drug me. I just wanted things to go back to normal. There is no normal, Mom. Just you rewriting reality until everyone played along. Harper's hand found my arm. We're done here. We left. Mom calling after us. We found Dad in the parking lot, standing next to his truck, Uncle Jim with him. What happens now? Dad asked, his voice sounding older, tired. Police are filing charges. She'll be arrested when she's released. And after that? After that? You decide what kind of man you want to be. Dad looked at me, really looked at me, maybe for the first time in years. What does that mean? It means you've spent 34 years choosing peace over truth. Every time she went too far, you smoothed it over. Every time I needed backup, you told me to wait, to be patient, to let it go. You enabled this. His face crumpled. He leaned against the truck. I thought I was keeping the family together. You were keeping the delusion comfortable. There's a difference. Uncle Jim put a hand on Dad's shoulder. Walter, you know what you have to do. Dad was quiet for a long moment. When he finally spoke, his voice was different, resolved. Yeah, I know. Harper and I drove home in silence. When we pulled into the driveway, she turned to me. How are you really doing? I thought about it. I don't know. Part of me still can't believe it happened. Part of me knew it would. You want to talk about it? Not yet. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe next week. She nodded, squeezed my hand. Whenever you're ready. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept seeing Mom's face in the hospital, the hatred in her eyes when she looked at Harper, the calculation when she looked at Dad, the complete absence of remorse. Harper found me on the couch at 2 a.m., can't sleep. Keep thinking about what she said. That she was protecting the family. Like drugging me was an act of love. Harper sat next to me. That's the scary part. She actually believes it. In her mind, you were the threat. Trevor was the victim. She was the hero. How do you fight that? You don't. You just refuse to play the game. She'd seen it all along. Mom was arrested 3 days later, as soon as the hospital released her. The police were waiting. The news spread like wildfire. My phone exploded. Harper fielded them all, no comment. We talked to our lawyer. The DA filed charges. Attempted assault with a controlled substance. 5 to 7 years potential. Mom's lawyer tried spinning it, diminished capacity, stress. The DA wasn't interested. The footage was too clean. Trevor called 4 days after the arrest. We need to talk. We met at a coffee shop. Trevor looked terrible. Unshaved. Dark circles. Dad's filing for divorce. I nodded. I know. You knew? I figured he should support Mom. She's going through hell. She put herself there. His jaw tightened. You're really going to let them charge her? I'm not letting them do anything. They have evidence. She's your mother. She tried to drug me at my wedding. What about the family? I leaned forward. Trevor, you're 30 years old. You live with Mom and Dad. No job, no income. Dad's been covering your expenses for a decade. What happens when the money stops? I'm working on things. You've been working on things since you were 22. 8 years. What do you have? Art takes time. Life takes money. And you're out of both. His face went red. You've always been cold. No, Trevor. I've always told the truth. You just never had to hear it before. He stood up. I came to ask you to drop the charges. No, Grant. No. She tried to drug me. She's facing consequences. You're tearing the family apart. I stood too. No, Trevor. I'm just not holding it together with my bare hands anymore. You're finally seeing the difference. He left without looking back. Dad called that night. Grant, can we talk? Yeah. I filed for divorce today. I heard. I should have done it years ago. Your Uncle Jim said something. He said I chose peace over truth. And he was right. I knew Diane favored Trevor. I knew she was hard on you. I told myself it would balance out. It didn't. And I let it happen because confronting her was harder than ignoring you. I'm sorry. The apology landed. Quiet. Real. What changes now? I asked. Everything. I'm cutting Trevor off. No more money. No more rent. He's got 6 months to find work and move out. He's not going to like that. I don't care. I enabled both of them. I'm done. We talked for 20 minutes about the wedding, about years of missed signals, about regret. 2 days later, I opened my email at work. Department-wide message from Phil Chin. Subject, team update. Effective immediately, Grant will be taking 2 weeks personal time. Any questions about his accounts should be directed to me. Any commentary about his personal business should be kept to yourself. We support our team members. No exception. I read it twice. Showed Harper. She smiled. See? Chosen family. Mom pleaded guilty 6 weeks later. Her lawyer negotiated 18 months in county jail, 3 years probation, mandatory counseling. The judge was a woman mid-60s, steel gray hair. Mrs. Grant, attempting to drug your son at his wedding shows a profound lack of boundaries. Mom stood there, jumpsuit, cuffed hands, looking small. Do you have anything to say? I was trying to protect my family. The judge leaned forward. By drugging your son? That's not protection. That's control. I didn't mean for it to go this way. You meant for your son to be sedated in front of 200 people. The only thing you didn't mean was to drink it yourself. The judge sentenced her. Gavel down. I watched from the back row. Harper next to me. Dad on the other side. Trevor didn't come. After we went to Dad's new apartment. Small, clean. No photos of Mom. A fresh start. 4 months after Mom's sentencing, Trevor got a job. Retail. Part-time at a bookstore, 26 hours a week. He called me. His voice was different. Uncertain. I wanted you to know. That's good, Trevor. It's not art. It's not what I thought I'd be doing at 30. It's income. That matters more than you think. Silence on the line. Then, I'm sorry for everything. For staying quiet all those years. For letting you take the blame. For benefiting while you got nothing. Are you sorry it happened, or sorry you're dealing with consequences now? Long pause. I could hear him breathing. Both, he said finally. Honest but more the first. I'm in therapy trying to figure out who I actually am when Mom's not there telling me I'm special. That's good. Keep working on it. Do you think we can ever? His voice cracked. Do you think we can be brothers again? Something twisted in my chest. Part of me wanted to say yes immediately. Part of me remembered 30 years of watching him get everything while I got expectation. I don't know, Trevor. Apologies don't fix patterns. Behavior does. You're working on yourself. That's the first step. But I need to see consistency. Not 1 month of work, not one apology, but a pattern of change. How long? As long as it takes. Maybe a year, maybe 5. We'll see. It wasn't forgiveness, but it wasn't a slam door either. Just open a crack. Waiting to see what he'd do with it. Okay, he said quietly. I can accept that. After we hung up, Harper asked how it went. He's trying. Actually trying. Not performing. Actually changing. How do you feel about that? Cautiously hopeful, which is more than I expected. 10 months after the wedding, Harper came home late from work. She dropped her bag, sat on the couch, and her hands started shaking. I sat next to her. What happened? Nothing. Everything. Her voice cracked. I've been holding it together since the wedding. Being strong. Being the one who documents and plans and stays calm. And today at work, someone asked how our wedding was. And the tears came hard. I pulled her close. I'm terrified, she whispered. That she'll get out and come back. That this isn't over. That I can't protect you from someone who's supposed to love you. I held her tighter. Let her cry. You already protected me, I said. You saw what I couldn't. You documented everything. You stood next to me through all of it. But what if, then we handle it together? Like we've been doing. She nodded against my chest. We sat there for a long time. That moment made her real in a way nothing else had. Not perfect, not a plot device, just Harper. Scared and strong at the same time. 14 months after the wedding, the doorbell rang while we were having dinner. Harper looked at me. Expecting someone? No. I opened the door. Mom stood there. 2 weeks out on early parole. Older, grayer, stripped of every polished edge she used to weaponize. Grant. Diane. Not Mom. Not anymore. Can we talk? She asked. Harper appeared behind me, solid as a wall. What do you want? I wanted to apologize, Mom said softly. I've been in therapy. I know what I did was wrong. You tried to drug him, Harper said, flat, unshaken. I know. At his wedding. Because he chose you over the system I built. Her voice didn't tremble. Just tired honesty. We didn't invite her in. The doorway felt like a boundary. We were finally strong enough to hold. Mom exhaled. For 18 months, I've had nothing to do but look at myself. I treated Trevor like an extension of my ego. His success meant I'd succeeded. His failures were mine to fix. And you? She looked at me. You were the strong one. I used that as an excuse to give you nothing. When you set boundaries, when you chose Harper, I felt like I was losing control. I panicked and I did something unforgivable. So, you tried to drug me. Yes, she whispered. And I'm sorry. Sorry for what I took from you. From Trevor. From your father. I'm not asking to come back into your life. I just needed you to know I understand what I did. Without the mask, she just looked small. A person realizing too late how much damage she caused. Thank you for saying it, I said. She nodded and stepped away. At the sidewalk she turned. Trevor's working now. Has his own place. He's figuring out who he is without me. I know he talks about calling you. He's scared you won't answer. Then he needs to sit with that. Growth is uncomfortable. She gave a small, sad smile. I taught you some terrible things and some useful ones. I'm sorry for the difference. She walked to an old Honda, not the Lexus she once lorded over us. The queen with no kingdom. Harper closed the door gently behind us. We stood there in the quiet, letting the moment settle. How do you feel? Harper asked. I don't know. Lighter. Set. Both. She's trying. Yeah. Doesn't mean we have to let her back in. No, it doesn't. But it means maybe someday you won't carry this anymore. We went back to dinner, reheated the pasta, poured more wine. Later that night, lying in bed, Harper rolled over. You know what I realized today? Your mom really tried. That apology was real. Messy and imperfect, but real. That's more than most people get. Is it enough? I don't know, but it's something. And sometimes something is all you get. I thought about that. Nodded slowly. 6 months later, Trevor asked to meet for coffee. I said yes. He looked better. Clean-shaven, clear eyes, work clothes with a name tag. I've been employed for over a year now. That's good. It's weird. Having structure, having a schedule. But I like it. I'm good at recommending books, good at talking to customers. Turns out I actually enjoy helping people find what they're looking for. Good. I moved into my own place last month. Studio apartment. Nothing fancy, but it's mine. First time I've ever paid my own rent without Dad's money or Mom asking someone to bail me out. I nodded. Waited. Can we try again? As brothers. Real brothers, not whatever we were before. I took a moment. Yeah, we can try. But it's different now. I'm not fixing your problems. I'm not covering for you. I'm not being the responsible one while you're the creative one. We're equals or we're nothing. Equal. I can do that. Prove it. He nodded. I will. However long it takes. We finished our coffee, made plans for dinner next month. As we were leaving, Trevor stopped me. I'm proud of you, you know. For standing up to her. For not backing down. I should have done it years ago. Maybe if I had, she wouldn't have gotten to the point where she... He trailed off. Anyway, I'm glad you survived her. I'm glad you found Harper. And I'm glad you didn't let her destroy you. It was the first time he'd ever said he was proud of me. 32 years. Better late than never. That night, Harper came home while I was cooking. How'd it go? He apologized again. Asked if we could try. Said he's proud of me. What did you say? I said we could try as equals. Can he do that? I don't know. But if he can't, that's on him. I'm done holding up other people's castles. She kissed me. Look at you. Boundaries and everything. I learned from the best. 2 weeks later, Harper came home with plane tickets. Dropped them on the kitchen counter with a grin. What's this? Scotland. 2 weeks. The honeymoon we never took. I booked us into a castle hotel. We're doing this properly, Grant. We earned it, Harper. We survived her. We set boundaries. We built something real out of the wreckage. Now we get to celebrate it. No drama, no family. Just us. I looked at the tickets, then at her. You're right. We do. 3 days before we left, I opened the family group chat one last time. The one where Mom used to post Trevor updates and ignore mine. The one where Dad would play peacekeeper. The one that defined my childhood. I took a screenshot. Sent it to Harper. Look. She looked, smiled. You're going to delete it. Yeah. Don't need it anymore. How does it feel? Light. I hit delete. Watched the chat disappear. 32 years of dysfunction. Gone. Good, Harper said. You're free. She was right. On the flight to Scotland, somewhere over the Atlantic, the cabin dark except for reading lights, I thought about everything. It had been brutal, painful, the kind of family implosion that becomes a story people tell. But it broke the cycle. Harper was reading next to me. She looked over, caught me staring. What? Just thinking about how we got here. Through hell mostly. Yeah, but we got here. She smiled, squeezed my hand. You know what's funny? What? Your mom tried to ruin our wedding. Tried to drug you. Tried to prove you weren't ready for marriage. And somehow, through all of that, she actually made us stronger. Because we had to fight for this. We had to document everything. We had to stand together against someone who was supposed to love you. I thought about that. Weird way to build a strong foundation. The best foundations are built under pressure. Geology taught me that. You studied business administration. I watched a documentary once. I laughed. First real laugh I'd had thinking about the wedding. We landed in Edinburgh. Rain and gray skies and a cold wind that felt like a new start. Harper grabbed my hand as we walked through the terminal, our bags rolling behind us. Ready for a real honeymoon? Yeah, I said. I really am. And I was ready to leave it all behind. Ready to build something new that had nothing to do with family dysfunction or patterns or cycles. Ready to just be Grant and Harper, starting the life we'd fought for. Whatever came next, we'd built it ourselves on our own terms with boundaries that held. And that was worth everything. This whole experience taught me so much about family, about boundaries, and about choosing your own truth. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you ever faced a moment where you had to choose between family loyalty and protecting yourself? What did you do? Let me know in the comments below.